once more. Just living life, really. That's what it means to play RE4. Well, no sense wasting time. I had a previous file, which I got some distance in, about 4 hours in. I think that's about the castle, almost, if not there. Where the chapters end and such, that's a little hazy in my memory, but regardless,
Resident Evil
going in
4.
a bit fresh. Gonna see if we can actually get through the whole thing this time.
I'll never forget it. It was
The old
the
one
year
isn't
when
even
those grisly murders occurred in the
viewable
Arklay
anymore.
Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to
I'll
the
try
whole
not to talk
world,
too much
revealing that
during
it was
the
the fault of
cutscene, I
a
guess.
secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella.
No, this
The
is
virus
stream.
broke
I'm just
out
gonna
in a
talk.
nearby mountain community, Raccoon
Anybody who's
City.
watching this most
the
likely
peaceful little
either
town
knows of RE4 or
with a
played
devastating
RE4,
blow crippling its very
or is
foundation.
just watching it because I'm playing it.
Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to
This
sterilize
was
Raccoon City.
my first Resident
The
Evil
whole
game.
affair gone public. The United States
And
government issued an
it's
indefinite
honestly not a
suspension
very
of
long
business
list.
decree to Umbrella.
I've played
Soon
Resident
its
Evil
stock
4 to
prices
completion
crashed,
several
and for all
times.
intents and purposes,
At least once on the
Umbrella
GameCube.
was finished.
I think a couple times on the PlayStation 2. I got it, I believe, for PS3 and beat it there. I also got it here for
6
PS4.
years have passed since that horrendous incident.
I tried playing it on PC once. My PC was not strong enough, so it ended horribly. But
I received special training via a
It's somewhat
secret
funny in a way.
organization working under the direct control of the president. I was to assume the responsibility of
here's
protecting
one of
the new
those
president's
things you
family.
don't see much anymore. Older game,
Why am I the one who always gets
no
the short end of the
subtitles,
stick?
You, who are you really? Come on and
like
tell us.
at all.
You are a long
like
way
nothing.
from home, cowboy. You have my sympathies.
Not really sure
Guess
how
that's a
loud I am
local's way of
compared to the
breaking the
game
ice.
here.
Anyway, you know what this is all
But
about. My assignment is to search for the president's
Like, this is
missing
honestly,
All by
the gameplay in this
yourself?
is great. The setting is great. I'd say the characters are good. The story's like,
Then again, maybe
it's
you
not like
did.
terrible,
Oh, you
but
crazy American.
there's
It's
a lot
direct
better
order
out
from
there.
the chief himself. I tell you,
Anyway, I
it's
got
no
sidetracked.
I'm
My
counting
second
on you
game
guys.
was Resident Evil 5 because I played this and I was like, oh, it's really fun. I've never really played beyond that though. I've played a bit, but haven't really finished Resident Evil Revelations, which I've heard is somewhat similar to this, but with the few
It was
improvements
right
from
before
6
I was
added
to take
in.
on my duties of protecting the president's daughter when she was abducted.
This
That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely
is the
rural part of
plot
Europe.
here.
According to our
He's guarding the
intelligence,
president's
there's
daughter.
reliable information
Before he
about
could
a
even
sighting
start,
of a
she gets
girl that was
kidnapped,
very
showing
similar to
how
the president's daughter. Apparently, she's
really
been
who on
kidnapped by
earth
some
was watching her
unidentified
before.
group of people.
Clearly it was the
thought that
right
my
decision
first
to
job
get
would have
someone
been a
else
rescue mission.
because they're absolutely incompetent. But
It's
really,
freezing.
who was watching her before?
Hold all of a sudden.
And just him,
Must be my imagination.
you know, classic horror. Oh, it must have been my imagination. He's dead. You already know he's dead. There's no spoiler there. That guy that with the main character in the car, that means everyone else is dead in that car. Like, this is like, this starts off a little survival horror, but honestly this is more action horror. The only real survival element is trying to conserve ammo,
Just up
which
ahead is the village.
in your first playthrough may be a bit difficult.
I'll go and have a look around.
But
Stay
once
and watch
you've
that car.
been around it once or
Don't
twice,
want to get any parking tickets.
so long as you remember the
Parking
controls,
tickets.
which I'm gonna have to
Luck.
take a second to reacquaint myself with, it's honestly not very
Who
difficult.
are these guys?
Granted, it's not like I'm playing the Wii version. That version's a joke. Not to say it's bad, but
Leon, I hope you can hear me.
you have
I'm Ingrid Hunnigan.
infinite
I'll be
power.
your support on this mission.
Loud and clear.
The ability to aim at any
Somehow
point
I
on
thought you'd be a
screen,
little older.
the
So
knife
the subject's
auto
name's Ashley
locking,
Graham, right?
gone to
That's right.
things
She's
nearby.
the daughter of the president.
It's-
So try to behave yourself, okay?
You're too strong from the
Whoever this
start.
group is, they sure picked the wrong girl to kidnap.
I'll try to find
I've never
some more
played that
information
version.
on my end as
I've just
well.
heard stories,
Good.
but
Talk to you later.
oh
Leon out.
boy. It's okay. Right. Left knife with that. Okay, square to shoot then. Okay. Do L2 and R2 do anything? No. No, they don't. Sometimes I'll just forget. Oh, wait, nope. R2 does something, just not yet. Make sure that's off for sure. And yeah, as you can see, absolutely no subtitles. I'm not sure there are any versions with subtitles. No, there's a very good reason for what I just did. Birds drop stuff. They drop a lot of stuff. I don't know where that bird was hiding that. And I don't want to think about it. And you don't either. But it was hiding it somewhere. I never really focused too much on killing the birds. It helps a little bit. You get a little bit extra money. Sometimes get some items. But I'm going to try and do a little more. There's at least one point where I am going to. And for the sake of the stream, I'm going to try and check stuff. But I'm also going to try some new things in this. One of those new things is not going to be the TMP. That
Excuse
gun
me.
sucks.
Sir?
You max it out, it becomes decent. But that's an enormous waste of resources. And space and money is a premium.
I was wondering if you might recognize the girl in this photograph.
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí?
Anyway, yeah,
Lárgate, cabrón.
I remember a little
Sorry
bit of
to
the
bother.
controversy surrounding this game when it first came out, in that they were like, these are not zombies. Which, honestly, the fact that they didn't die before becoming like this means very little. Whoop. Wow, I almost took a hit. That would have been embarrassing. But yeah. Anyway, those two already finished in that, like, 2 minutes. They've already been beaten and they've been kidnapped, beaten up. At least one of them, I believe, has been killed. And it's kind of hard to hear, but that was the sound of them pushing a truck into their car to knock it into the ravine.
Is everything okay?
There was a hostile local. I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get
I have
out of
never
there and
played
head
Metal
toward
Gear
the village.
personally,
Take whatever
but I do
measures
know that this
necessary
is
to
like
save
a
the
straight
subject.
rip of
Understood.
codec calls. Like, it's not even close. Oh yeah, he's not a zombie. That means so much. Yeah, they killed a bunch of people. The effects... Well, you can tell this is a 2004 game. And we're just gonna grab this real quick. And then we're just gonna, take a little stroll outside. There's no real benefit or... Oh. Jesus. I'm terrible. Oh. Yep. Wow, I'm doing bad. Can you tell how rusty I am? Keep pressing the wrong button. Well, this will not be the cleanest stream you ever see. That's for sure. Anyway. Now, one thing that is interesting about this game is there's a lot of times you can just backtrack just slightly bit, see a little bit extra. There's no reason to do this. There's no benefit, really. Just a bit of extra scenery, really. And also, you can do this. I don't know how he can tell that they're not in the car, considering it is upside down, but... well, he's the police officer and I'm not, so there. No idea who is watching me right now. Feel free to say hi if you want. I won't force you, though. Okay. Thought I saw a bird, but no. Here's your save point. I know that in previous Resident Evils... I don't care about the save file. I know in previous Resident Evils, they also used typewriters, but they had limited saves. You needed to use ink ribbons or something like that. Oh. Right, you can break boxes. Never shoot them. Ever. For any reason. Always better to knife. Like, even if you get a gun with infinite ammo, knife it. Now if you're listening, you might be able to hear a little bit of whining in the background, which is in the game. It's getting a bit louder, because there's a friend in need nearby. Nice. I don't know why that bird was packing, but he was. Now there's a few options you can do. One, you can do the stupid thing, you can shoot the dog, and it dies. You're a terrible person if you do this. You can shoot the trap, and let it free. You're inefficient if you do this. Or you could just, you know, do that. Which also frees them. And you're smart and not awful. Anyway, he's gone. He'll be back. Eventually. But you'll never regret doing that. Because he's a good old friend. Oh, right, these are signs. I think Pueblo's the name of the village ahead? I don't remember. Anyway, you might notice those glowing things. Don't worry about those. Those are just explosives set up by probably that guy, who I'm going to shoot in the head. Oh, I keep doing that. Hope I get over that. Anyway, he's going to kill himself. Like so. Because he's a genius. Clearly. Anyway, here's a few of his friends up ahead. And they're gonna try attacking. Just... can I see him from here? Yes, I can. The character's a little wobbly unless you get a gun with a stock. Which not every gun has a stock. Like, there's at least one pistol that has a stock, not this one though. The TMP has a stock, but, well, I never used that gun. It's terrible. Don't worry though. Come eventually. Wait, are they even moving? Oh boy. The reticle aim is bad. No, he was real interesting guy, wasn't he? Anyway, he should be... Okay, we got his attention. Finally. And... And we're done. You always know. You always know. That music that you heard playing just then? That means enemies. And it's always there when there's enemies. You'll never have an encounter without music. Alright, this. Yeah. No idea why this is. The enemies never, ever attack each other because they're all like a hive mind or something. So there's really no explanation for what that is. Now you see these guys up here. You ignore them. You can kill them if you want. You can get them pretty good. You got the strength, but they don't give you anything. Well, you can get some stuff from them, but no way to grab it. This guy thinks he's clever. And on your first playthrough, maybe he is. You could just go right past this and go right in thinking, oh, I'm a big, strong man. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can stop me. It's a safe room. Yeah, it's not a safe room. There are safe rooms. Later. Wow, that was terrible. There we go. Well, he went all the way out the door. Now this is one thing that was very, very interesting in that a lot of games back then, and honestly not enough games now, have reactive enemies. Like they see you aiming at them and they think, maybe I should get out of the way. It's something that you don't really just see all the time. And this was like, if not the first, it was one of the first. And it's not just how they react to what you're about to do, it's how they react to what you do.
I'm sending you a playing manual.
Oh yeah,
Hope you find it useful.
There's a playing manual. You know, fourth wall cracks. I guess I should look at this just for the sake of the audience. All of one. Reload with X while holding down R1. When you stun an enemy in whatever way you get close, you can kick them. As you may have seen me do at least once, or maybe only once. You can, when I go into the inventory, which I have not yet done, inventory which has inspired games all its own. I've seen at least one of them. But don't worry, we will be playing Attaché Case HD today. And it will be great. And this is a little bio on our target. Unidentified group, way home from university. She's 20. You know, Japan. 15-year-olds look like they're actually just 20. They can do the opposite too. They can make like 10-year-olds that are 20, that are 30, and they can make 30-year-olds 10. Yeah, only Japan. Anyway, don't know why she was kidnapped. Don't know who kidnapped her. But we think it was someone on the inside. Like, I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's the president's daughter. You think her schedule is known to everybody? Also, we never meet this president. We never talk to this president. I don't know this president. I didn't vote for them. I doubt Leon did either. Anyway, we don't want everyone to know. And somewhere in Europe, which is where we are, and question the Secret Service. And I don't think you ever find out who the insider is. No, you don't. This is the first one. Blah, blah, blah. Knife. Action button. Camera. Oh, I forgot about that one. This just, I think, plays back your last codec call. Anyway, here's something you don't get to do very often. Get to just go here and have a little look. Anyway, you can, have a look at that guy. He's one of the guys who drove you. He's dead. Don't know why they stuck him on a hook and put him here, but they did. Anyway, you notice these people, they're just going about their business. No brains, just work. They don't care about you until you mess with them. And this is the very first real combat scene that most people do. Most people just run right in. Yeah, I don't know what she was trying to do, but anyway, we're not going to be fighting just yet. We have a few things to grab first. Oh, nah, it's too late. They're not a threat anyway. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, we're just gonna continue on our way. Honestly, while you're running like this, they can't handle it. They just can't do it. They didn't even all know. I didn't even know that happened. But anyway, this is almost everyone who's played this knows. If you go in that house, Leon bars the door, and then a chainsaw guy shows up. He's not easy, but there's a shotgun in that house, which makes it a bit easier to handle. It's also why there is shotgun ammo spread about. Anyway, we're just gonna have a look down here. That was cute. Now, there's two ways to finish this encounter. One is... Oh, this is not good. Okay. Okay. Wrong button. Okay. I'm about to die, obviously. So, we're gonna not do that. Okay. That was nice. But anyway. What we're going to do instead is survive. And one thing I learned recently is that there's actually a chainsaw guy already here. No, wrong button again. Don't know where that guy got an incendiary. But there's one around here. Now, one thing about chainsaws is you might imagine, they hurt a lot. So much so that you just, die. You just die. Instantly. You get hit with a chainsaw, you die. Where is he? Another thing, though, is that while you're being grabbed by people like so, you are completely invincible. Sure, you get hurt by them, but the thing is, if they grab you from behind, you don't get hurt. That's odd. Anyway, he's dead. Guess what? You get 10,000 pesetas now. Forgive me for that. I'm still not used to these controls anymore. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of accidentally skipped a scene. Because there's a scene where you kill enough villagers, more come in. But apparently, like, the shotgun guys, they have a thing where they take more. They're better, bigger. Here's a line, though.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
I feel so awkward doing this alone. Cracks are showing. You know,
I have some bad news.
I think I know what the problem
Confirmed
was.
the body of an officer.
Last time I did
Something's
hours.
happened to the people here.
This time,
Leon,
let's just
you
do
need to get
half.
out of there. Look for a
I'll
tower and follow
stop
the
in a
trail
bit.
near it.
Got it.
Half an hour at a time. Half hour little sections. Wasn't my greatest stand. But that's fine. Never proclaimed to be perfect. I'm no master. But I just know a thing or two. Anyway, if you came in here, you could use this and block the door. Buy yourself a bit of time. And also, remember that move. If someone's on the other side of the door and you do this, they get stunned. It's very, very useful sometimes. Of course, don't do that with chainsaw guys, because they generally tend to either kick in the door themselves, or they put the chainsaw through it, which, if you're too close like that, you'll probably get hit, and therefore die. That's not great. Of course, here is the one where you block it off. You put down a wooden pole here, then you'd be able to push up some defenses. Push this in to block that. Push this over to block the window. And of course, there is a bit of a reward to tempt you into doing it early. Because while that chainsaw guy we fought wasn't too tough, he's not the only one. This one spawns a brand new guy, but going in here you get this. Nice shiny shotgun. Now, some people swear by this one. I don't. I think it's alright, at best. But I prefer the third shotgun you get in the game. Which is going to be quite some time before we get that. So for now, we're going to keep this around. We're going to keep it at its base power. Not too strong, honestly, when you do that, but, well, I'm not keeping it for its destructive power, more for its spread. Good for stunning a lot of enemies or knocking them over. That's mainly what I'm doing here. There's a lot of items in this area. I'm trying to remember where they all are. You got the stuff in the back. Ah, here's a door to this little house. A little bit of ammo. Picture. I'll look at one of the pictures. What kind of house is this, though? There's no bed. Yeah, that's the final boss. Spoilers. Spoilers for this 2004 game. I never said I was gonna be keeping anything sacred here. Anyway, there is at least one other thing we need to find. Aha! Chickens. You always want to kill chickens. Oh, I missed. Mainly you want to try not taking 5 bullets to do so. But, you know, my strategy is impeccable. But despite the fact it didn't happen there, the reason why you want to kill chickens is they drop eggs. Eggs are 1 slot in your inventory, and they are healing items. And depending on what type of egg they can drop a regular egg, which I believe is equivalent to a green herb. They can drop a brown egg, which is, I believe, the equivalent of 2 or maybe even 3 green herbs. Or they can drop a golden egg, which is full restoring health. Speaking of, when I mentioned 2 green herbs, I didn't mean like scarfing down 2 green herbs. I mean like taking 2 green herbs such as these and just throwing them together. Which I'm not going to do right now because I want to keep those. Just hold on. I actually like to be very neat. I like to keep my stuff in sections. Anyway, when you combine 2 green herbs, which you shouldn't do because it's inefficient, you know, efficiency is what I aspire to, even if I'm not great at it. And anyway, it will make a healing item that is it is more than 2 would normally be, but not exactly like a lot. Anyway, one thing that's in here is that, but more importantly, a little bit of story. There's information that United States government agent is here. This American agent. But I don't know why they don't call her. Well, I guess they don't really need to call her by her name. They can just call her the prisoner. But they tell you exactly where she is, of course. We don't know how they found out. They find out there's a third party, but they don't know what my name is. You'd think that his name is Leon, and then they'd say Leon is on their way. Would at least take less room on the page, but I don't know if they care about that. Anyway, I'm gonna just save and stop right here. And when I come back next time, show you a few secrets that are in this area. Anyway, later. That's a screenshot.